Good morning, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah. Today we're going to be covering my 4:30 a.m. morning routine. Now, if you hear a little bit of a background noise, it's my little munchkin. She's over there in her little jumper. But I realized that I needed to do a voiceover because obviously I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm not going to be like doing a whole lot of talking in the morning because I still have my little baby girl sleeping and then Trevor's still sleeping. So if I'm like talking, he's probably be like, what the heck is this weirdo doing? So I mean, we don't need to add to that because he probably still thinks I'm a little weird for recording myself. But first of all, let me tell you, as we get started in this whole thing, 4:30 a.m. person, never in my whole entire life did I think I would become this person. For one, I just thought that was a ridiculous time to wake up. I was reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins probably like 2 years ago now, if I remember correctly. I think he wakes up around like 3 to 3:30, and I was like, this man's crazy. Like, who in the world even wakes up at that time? Like, that's just crazy. I honestly thought anybody who wakes up before like 6 a.m. is like beyond crazy. And I'm like, maybe this is why I'm not successful, is because I'm not waking up around freaking 3 o'clock to 3:30 in the morning. We ended up waking up around 4:30 to 5 in the morning. Now, this isn't like a everyday type of dealio, because there are days where she wakes up more than 3 times a night, and I'm just like, okay, I need to get rest. There are times like during my cycles where I'm like, okay, throughout this like 7 days, however long it lasts, I'm just gonna be sleeping in and just really giving my body rest because I get really fatigued throughout that time. But besides that, we needed to start waking up earlier because I've realized that when I wake up at the same time as my little girl, I wake up way more overwhelmed than when I wake up around 4:30 to 5. And that's just because like I feel like when I wake up, it's just like I have to go, get up and get ready as quick as I can because I gotta get her out of crib, change her diaper, feed her, etc. But when I wake up a little earlier, I have time to do things that I need to do. And then by the time she's up, I'm just like nice and relaxed and we can chill. So I had to come up with a system that had to work for me. Or else I was like, I just can't be getting up feeling overwhelmed and then like more stressed out throughout the day because I'm not getting things that I need to be getting done. Now, a few books that I do recommend if you want to start waking up early is David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me. He's like really hardcore. Some of the language I didn't like in his book, but whatever. The second one is Atomic Habits. I talk about this one all the stinking time because you cannot wake up early. You cannot do a lot of things throughout the day if you don't have systems in place. And that's one way that I am able to wake up at such early in the morning, is that I have all these systems in place that help me just kind of stick to the same routine. And I don't change it as often because the more I change it, the more I just like don't want to wake up because I don't really know what I'm doing. The current system that I have, generally, Kennedy, it changes all the time, right? But generally she used to wake up around 4 to 4:30 for like a little nursing session. So that's the reason why I started waking up at that time, not because I thought like 4 or 4:30 a.m. was like the magic wake up time. It's just because that's whenever she would wake up, and it remained so consistent for like 2 to 3 weeks that I'm just like, let's just get up at that time. Now she's like sleeping through the night, and then sometimes she'll require feeding, but it'll be like after 4:30. But I still wanted to maintain that time because I just found it to be really, really helpful. And even though she's like, you know, maybe waking up, maybe not, if I can remain consistent in my own thing, then I can be the best mom to her. Okay, so first thing I do in the morning, I am bottle feeding my baby girl. She hadn't woken up yet. I knew she was gonna wake up, so I started pumping. And what I do as well while I'm pumping, I will get my coffee ready. So I honestly do not know why, but I think when you heat up water in a pot, it tastes so much better than anything else. And it's also a lot quieter. I used to have this kettle and it was like the loudest thing of life. It sounded like, I don't know, something exploding in my kitchen. And then I will start getting my pump ready. This one is the one that I got from Amazon. I never thought that I'd be pumping, so I didn't get no fancy dancy one, but this one literally does the job. And then I will sit down, and while I pump, I'll usually just put on like a good show to watch. Sometimes I'll just put like bloopers from The Office. That one always gets me because that's what I like watching. And then I heard my baby girl, so I needed to go feed her, and she like pounded this 5-ounce bottle like right away. So definitely was hungry. Then I had to reheat my water up, and then we started eating. This is my favorite oatmeal in the whole entire world. It's like so stinking good. And actually, I never used to have flavored oatmeal before because I always thought it was so disgusting. Trevor went to the coffee shop, ended up getting me an oatmeal, and I forgot to tell him just like plain old oatmeal. So he got me that one, and it was the bomb. It was so, so good. So after I get my oatmeal and my coffee ready, I will sit down and have Bible reading time. This is what I like to put first. And this is something that I never thought I would also do, because I always said, like, I just cannot wake up and go directly and read my Bible because I will literally fall asleep. So then I also like to get a few Bible resources out, which right now I'm using the Unger's Bible Dictionary. I think it's like the Baker's Illustrated Bible Commentary. And these are just like some nice, simple resources to have on the side. So if you're starting your Bible reading journey, I honestly recommend these. I will link them down below. So then I will start reading the word. This morning, we are actually reading the book of John. And I was literally burning my brain cells just on chapter 1, verse 1. My brain cells are hurting. Sometimes I have a hard time understanding stuff. And I feel like it's right in front of my face. But my brain is not mathing, you know? It's just not working. I think I need to reread this whole thing again. So after this point, I just ended up giving up, and I'm still really working on it. I'm still trying to do some research online. I'm still trying to read more commentaries, and I'm honestly looking into ordering more commentaries to really just deep dive into, you know, this one verse in the Bible. At this point, we started working on the blog, and usually I will either be working on my blog or I will be working on editing a YouTube video. On this day, I was needing to publish a blog post, so that is exactly what I was working on. And usually I just reread it, add some sentences, take away some sentences, whatever, just edit it and publish it. I will also just be working on some Pinterest pins, and yeah, that's the morning. After that, after my brain has been completely fried from doing both, I will go get my good workout in the morning. And if I don't work out in the morning, I will work out at night. But most of the time, it's working out better in the mornings at this point. After I get all sweaty and whatever, I will usually go change because I'm extremely hot. And usually we're having this time of the year where it's like kind of cooler outside, but like when you come inside, it's like nice and warm. This package was unexpected. This was not supposed to be part of the video, but we ended up getting it and I was so excited. I got the best package in the mail. I'm so excited. It's literally 8 o'clock. I don't know when exactly they delivered this because they said they were delivering it yesterday, but then Amazon told me, well, I had my suspicions. Okay, first of all, I thought the lady stole my package because, hold on, let me open it because I'm too excited. First of all, package smells disgusting like cigarettes. Bible doesn't smell like that. This is what I got in the mail, which I'm so dang excited about. I am over the moon. Does anybody else ever take this part off? Just for some reason, it bothers me. Anyway, so I ended up getting the new, is this New Language Translation? New Living Translation. And it's a Bible study. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, back to the story. So I honestly thought the lady stole my package, the mail lady, because so it was supposed to get here yesterday. And I was literally waiting for it all day long because I was just so excited. But then like usually we get our mail around like 2:30 to 3:30 and we didn't get it around then. So I was like, maybe, I don't know. They got busy or something happened. We just didn't get mail today. But then I heard somebody outside around like 6:30ish. So I was like, oh my gosh, my package is here. Right. And then I like heard somebody like putting something down on our doorsteps. So I was like, oh, it's my Bible. So I like start walking towards the door, open the door, and like the package is not there anymore. The lady's holding an Amazon package like back into the mail cart, and like it was just weird because like as soon as I open the door, she just like looks back and like has her package and then just gets on and leaves. And I was like, oh, maybe it's the wrong house. But then it's something that felt so odd about it because I guess we did get like our mail, like our envelope mail. So anywho, I opened the door again because she's like at my neighbor's house, and I'm like, did she take my package? And so I'm just like looking out there, and she just like looks over here, and I'm like, maybe I should close the door because I probably look like a creep. Anywho, then Amazon sends me this thing where it's like, your package was unable to be delivered because like something was blocking the doorway or in driveway. And I was like, nothing was blocking anything. I was like, did she really take my Bible? I was like, Lord, I was like, this can't be true. This cannot be true. And anywho, I was like kind of laughing though because I'm like, man, if she did steal this package and if she opens it up and it's a Bible, like, wouldn't you just feel super guilty about it and be like, oh my gosh, this is the wrong package to steal? So anywho, but I guess not. I guess I was wrong. So anywho, it's also 8:11
Kennedy's still sleeping. Currently I'm working on my blog, making tailwind pins for Pinterest. And then I think I'm gonna get ready. Oh, I'm just so sad this got in here today because I literally would have had a lot of time last night to read it, but I guess we'll read it in between Kennedy's nap times.
After that though is when it's time to start getting ready. Generally, I will open Kennedy's door so then she can start hearing and start getting up in the morning. She was really struggling. Lately, she's been literally getting up really late, around like 9:30 to around from like 9 to 9:30. So I'm like, generally do not know what to do. But yeah, I will start creating more of a ruckus. I'm usually like super quiet in the morning, but once it's like time to wake up, I'll start making more noise and just let her get up naturally, because nobody wants to be like waking up, just like, hey, get up. And I don't do that when I do wake her up. I'm just like, hey girlfriend, let's start the day. But yeah. Okay, you guys, we are changed and ready for the day. It is 9 o'clock. I'm gonna get her up. I actually started talking with Trevor on the phone just so she can like naturally wake up. Naturally. Is that what I said? Naturally wake up. But anywho, yeah, that's basically what happens, or what I do every single morning. This was not my life before. I was a good 8 o'clock sleeper, 7 o'clock. That was like my jam, right? But for some reason, Kennedy just really made me into a really early morning person, because I really love waking up, reading the word, just really spending time with it, and having that time to really deep dive into it. Mind you, it also became super important because I have a very, I think you can probably hear her. Sorry, my Nana is like on in the background and I have like her noise always on. So if you hear that loud noise, that's her. Especially since she's such a cat napper, like 30 minutes. I need this little time by myself to really get into the word, because I've said it before, ever since she was born, like reading my Bible was like in the last of my priorities, which it should never be that way. I mean, I honestly think waking up before your kids is one of the biggest blessings you can ever do for yourself. There's probably a reason why the Bible mentions being up before everyone in your household, because it is truly life-changing. So, anywho, we gotta go grocery shopping now. But yeah, that is all for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.